everyone, and welcome back to Bree in the Garden. I'm back today to give an update. First update is that I had my baby. Baby's sleeping right now, and if he wakes up, maybe I'll introduce him in a little bit. But also, I have my first tulips of the season. I cut these this morning and brought them inside the house, so they're opening up. They're really beautiful. Just wanted to share that. But really today I am going to share an update on all the seedlings that we started earlier on. Because I had a baby, I ended up having a C-section, so I had to heal up and wasn't able to stay on top of things like I would have hoped on a normal season, but that was totally expected and it's all right. But I have gotten everything taken care of. Things are kind of all potted up if they needed to be. All the lighting situation is good, so I'll just show you what we have going on. Okay, so I'm gonna go in order of how things were planted. So the first thing that I planted this year was my Lysianthus. Here they are. They are still really small. These were planted on February 1st, so they are 12 weeks old. I think what happened was when I started these, I had just put, baby's awake. I can hear him on the audio monitor. I'm gonna go get him. Okay. This is baby Alton. He's so perfect. So yeah, he's really healthy and we're both doing really well. Baby Alton. Love him. Anyways, so right, when I started the Lysianthus, they were the only thing I started back in February, and so I had this like weird little grow light, so I just put them under that, and I think they stalled out and didn't get a really good start growing because that grow light wasn't like enough for them, because I did realize that as soon as I turned on like the actual grow lights that I use, they did start growing a lot more. So next year I know not to do that again, and I would even probably start these a little earlier. So yeah, I don't know if I'll get any flowers off of these, but it definitely was a good learning experience, and it was fun and something I will do again next year with a few modifications. Okay, next up is my lavender. The lavender was started on February 4th, so also just about 12 weeks old. It smells so good. So yeah, I didn't get much germination on the lavender, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos. I think next year I'll definitely be using a fresher seed, and hopefully that'll work better. But these are the three that I do have, and they are looking really good. I'm pretty happy with these. And if you like brush them, smells so good. But yeah, so I also on the same day that I started these from seed, also did a winter sowing, and I haven't had any germination on that. So again, I will try it next year with the fresher seed and hopefully have better germination and get some more. But these three should take care of what I need them for this year. So next things that were started were all my herbs. They were started on February 17th, so that makes them all about 9.5 weeks old at this point. So I have a rosemary here, smells really good, and a little oregano here, and also a big oregano here. I did move this to a different light, and it seems to be under a different light, and it seems to not be liking that so much, so I'm gonna move it again. I don't know if you can see, but it's getting some kind of brown edges on some of the leaves. Also have some thyme. It's looking pretty good. Can probably pot these up soon because they might need some more room. And my oregano and thyme and sage did come back in my garden from last year, so I'll just probably be giving these away. I give plants to my family members for their gardens. This is the sage that I have. This is the summer savory, It does this for me every year. It's like gets these crazy long stems. I'm not sure what's up with that. It's always done that for me. It seems to be okay. I just don't know why it does that. So if you know, let me know in the comments. And a parsley. I only got 2 parsley. One of them's in the water right now because I pulled it out and realized it was really dry. But definitely need this in my garden because I cook with this a lot. So I'm happy this is doing well. And then I did 2 of the bunching onions. I'm actually going to give this a haircut right now. So I'm learning to do everything one-handed. So let's give onions a haircut with one hand. Okay, got a haircut. So the next thing I started was ginger. I just used store-bought ginger and did it in like a whole, bottom seed tray thing. And it was my first time, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I watched a YouTube video and then just kind of did that same thing. And I had some okay results. I got about 5 of the pieces sent up little shoots, and I've since taken them out of that kind of seed tray and put them each in their individual pots. You can see this one's like much bigger than this one, but this one looks like it is growing. And yeah, the rest of the pieces just all kind of rotted in there and didn't do anything. And I found them in there, they were rotted and mushy, so I just threw them in the compost. But yeah, I'm happy with this, especially for a first time. I think I'll probably start earlier next year. It was kind of something that my mom was like, hey, let's grow ginger. It was already a little too late, but we decided to do it anyway, and having some good results. So definitely be tracking this through the whole growing season to see how it does. Okay, so I was taking a break to feed the baby, and the FedEx truck pulled up and I got a package from Brex. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Oh, this is my Japanese anemone. I've always wanted one of these. I do not know where it's going to go in my garden. I don't really have space for it, but I've always wanted one since I've seen it. Me and my cousin went to visit the Cornell Botanical Gardens in Ithaca, and I saw it, fell in love, figured out what it was, and then have had my eye on it ever since. So I went ahead and ordered it. So I have to figure out where this will go in the garden. These look like bare roots, so I'm probably going to pot them up indoors. Probably. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Okay, so baby's been fed, he got a diaper change, and he's in his carrier. He's pretty happy in here. I don't know if you can see him, so he likes it. So the next batch of things that was started was the eggplant, the peppers, and the Icelandic poppies, and those were started on March 11th, so that makes them just over 6 weeks old now. So here are the Icelandic poppies. I'm really happy with how these are turning out. I think pretty soon I will start hardening these off to make sure we do that over a nice long period of time so they can acclimate and then get planted into the garden, but not quite yet. And here I had 2 packets, so this was the Floret Pastel mix, and this was just some other packet I had. It's doing all right too. I didn't get as much germination here, but that's good. Okay, so the eggplants are doing really well. I did give everything a fertilizing feed, a very dilute feeding of this. I just kind of put this in the bottom watering for the trays and gave everything a fertilization a couple days ago, and I will only do this about like every 2 weeks just to make sure that they have some nutrients to keep growing on inside. Okay, so this is probably a little bit of a better way to show. Here's all of the eggplants, looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the eggplants this year. And the rest are the peppers. My jalapenos don't look too happy this year. They're just a little like paler in color than I would have hoped for. Oh, there's a tomato in there. But yeah, I'm hoping that because I potted them up and gave them some fertilizer that they will green up. And the rest of the peppers are over here looking pretty good. I do want to pinch these, but I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm gonna do it wrong. I've never done it before. So I'm gonna do a little more research on if these are ready to be pinched and exactly how to do that. So yeah, TBD on the pinching, but that is something I hope to do to kind of make these peppers more sturdy and branch out a little bit more. Okay, so I think it's about to rain soon, so we just popped outside to give an update on the winter sowing. But while we're here, I just need to show you this spring bulb bed because it's so pretty. I'm not going to show much else. We'll save that for a monthly garden update tour, but I'm just going to show you this now. Need to do a little weeding here, but they're so pretty. So pretty. I did pick some and bring them inside. I'm just loving that. The bright tulips, and I love these grape hyacinth. I definitely want to plant more tulips next year. So as you can see, the garden's looking really great. A little different from last time we were out here. But like I said, this isn't a garden update tour. I just wanted to pop out here and show the results of the winter sowing. So something that did really well was the bachelor buttons. Those are doing good. A few more in here. So I have plenty of those. Also this kale did really well in this container. That's the lacinato dino kale. This kale didn't really like this container too much. It looks like it's struggling. Here was the lavender I mentioned. Didn't really have any germination on that. There's something in here. Not exactly sure what it is. I don't think that's a lavender. It's some kind of weed seed or something. And this was lavender as well, but there's nothing in there. This is stock. There's a few in there, which is good. Also have some of those indoors. And then nothing in that. Oh, the poppies are still doing great. Really good there. Hi, Deutsch. Okay guys, this is my life now. I'm taking care of my baby, I'm making mama some lunch, and I'm taking care of all my other babies. I've got some plants that need water, making a video. That's it. It's fine. That's how I like it anyway. It's okay. So the next round of seeds that were started on 3/18. So that makes them just over 5 weeks old. And that is the stock, the feverfew, the sunball, and the sweet William. So this is the sweet William at about 5 weeks old. quite a bit of this here. And this does better in cool temperatures, so this will again be hardened off fairly soon here and put outside in the garden. So there it is. This is the 5-week-old stock. I only had a couple of these come up in my winter sown, so I'm happy I did the indoor transplants as well. These are looking pretty healthy and will also be hardened off and put out soon. So this is the 5-week-old feverfew. I love the way this looks. It's really cute. So I had low germination on this first round of feverfew. So this was started 5/18. So I did some more about a week later. These were started 3/27. So these are about a week behind, and I have these ones that are growing well too. And the sunball, this is about 5 weeks old, is doing very well. I really like the way this one looks too. It's like spiky, cute. So these are my sweet peas that were started March 24th. So that makes them about 4.5 weeks old. Yeah, so they've been growing very well. I have them in the root trainers here, and I have already snipped them. And you can see that the new growth, side shoot growth, is coming in pretty strong, and it's making them pretty sturdy. I will begin hardening these off soon. I still have to go to Tractor Supply or one of those farm stores and get the cattle panel that I'm gonna make into an arch across 2 of the beds, because this will go so it can grow up that arch. So I have to get that project done so I can plant these into the ground, but we'll start hardening these off probably this week. All right, so on 3/27, I planted the bare root clematis that I got from Costco, and there is a video for that whole process, but seriously, this is insane. So I do have 4 of these. I just pulled one out to show you here, but like, this is crazy. I can't believe it. These are doing so well, and these were just bare roots, so this is awesome. All right, so then on 3/27 as well, I started Chinese forget-me-nots, dahlia seeds, gomphrena, breadseed poppies, my tomatoes, and the second round of feverfew. So the Chinese forget-me-nots at 4 weeks, 1 month old, looking pretty good. I have a couple extra in individual pots here. Then the gomphrena looks pretty good there. And these are all gomphrena in individual pots as well. So here is the breadseed poppy that was started March 27th. So these are 4 weeks, 1 month old. I think they're just about the same size as the ones that were winter sown and have been growing for a while. But we'll see once these are hardened off and planted out how the two perform compared against each other. And these are the dahlia that were started from seed. Again, 4 weeks, 1 month old. This is really exciting. I'm a little behind on potting up my dahlia tubers because of my life now, having the baby and everything, but that's okay. I'm gonna probably get that done this week. But really excited about these dahlias that were started from seed. I'm really excited to see what these turn out to be, what their flowers look like, and these look super healthy. I'm really happy with these. Okay, and the tomatoes were also started on March 27th, so that makes these babies 4 weeks, 1 month old. I have a whole tray here. They've all been potted up into these individual containers. And they're looking really healthy. I love how tomatoes smell. Yum. So these will continue to grow, probably be potted up another time. But yeah, happy with these. So these are the 4 o'clock plants that I started on April 1st. So these are 25 days old. So like 3.5 weeks old. They're doing pretty well. I am gonna stake them. Usually I do that because they get a little floppy. Probably could have put them in a little bit of a deeper container if I had it, but I'll just throw a stake and kind of loosely tie each one of these to keep them upright. Okay, the next round was started April 12th, so that makes these about 2 weeks old. This is some kale. I did have these on a heat mat that was not right under a light, and they germinated and then got kind of leggy, so I don't know how well these will do, but I'm forgiving myself because I had a 5-day-old baby then, so happens. This is some lettuce that was planted on April 12th as well. This Napa cabbage was planted April 12th, so about 2 weeks old. Some more lettuce. And then these are California poppy that were planted on 4/12. They're really tiny and wispy, so I've never grown these before. We'll see what happens with these guys. I'm not sure. Okay, and then the basil I have was started 4/12 as well. So these are also 4 weeks or 2 weeks old. Usually I grow more basil and I do probably start it a little earlier, but again, this year, this time period, a little behind the game, but it's okay. Okay, so next is zinnias. These were started 4/19, so that makes them just 1 week old today. They've all germinated pretty well. So I do have to go ahead and thin these out to 1 per cell. You can see I have a ton of different kinds, and they're all looking pretty good. So we'll thin these out and continue to grow them in here, and then they'll probably need to be potted up once before we can put them outside in the garden. But 1 week old zinnias here. And then lastly, I have my cosmos and marigolds that were started the next day on April 20th. So that makes them just under 1 week old. So these are cosmos, 1 week old Cosmo babies. Some more cosmos. These are the marigolds, 1 week old marigold babies. And these are sunflowers. 3 different kinds of sunflowers started here. So in my previous videos, I mentioned that last year I wasn't able to grow a single sunflower, so I am really hoping that at least one of these succeeds this year. I do have a plan to protect them, and I figured that out. I'll probably make a video about it, but I'm going to use small tomato cages and some chicken wire that I have and fasten it to it so it's like a a tomato cage covered in chicken wire that I can plop over each plant to protect it. So we'll see how that works, and hopefully we get some beautiful sunflowers this year. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. I'm done seed starting for the year. So just tending to these, make sure that everything gets enough light, enough water, moving things around when they need to be moved around. But yeah, everything's tucked away on the shelf here. And also we have things tucked away in the garage. We have some things under this light here, and also some things under this light here. This is a new light I just got. I am going to have my dad come over probably tonight and help me hang both of the lights from the ceiling with adjustable pulleys so I can adjust up and down. I think this one needs to go up a little bit, and that one too, since some of those plants are getting tall. But I'll have those next to each other also so the light like overlaps each other, so some of the stuff on the edges gets light from both of the lights. So that'll be an upgrade we hopefully make today to help some of these out and give me a little bit more room for things to spread out. I'm not sure if I'll need another light or not, but we'll see. So thanks for joining today, and I'll probably see you again soon, but bear with me since I've got the little babe to take care of. That's really my main priority, and the garden is a close second. So bye.